Welcome to Fallout 76. This is Jim. In this video, we're going to take a look at completing daily challenges for today, Wednesday, June the 4th, 2025. Let's take a look at it and see what we got for today. Alright, we got some good ones here. I have many videos on my channel that'll help you guys out with different ideas, different locations, easy areas, hard areas, over there. If you're a brand spanking new player to the game, you're a returning player, even if you're an experienced player, this particular daily, weekly challenge is giving you a hard time or trouble. I'm sure you'll find a video on my channel that'll help you. I try to keep my videos as updated as I possibly can. Of course, you guys are awesome. The great comments and tips are greatly appreciated. If you do wonder why I have more score than you take the top right hand corner of the screen. I have a 30% boost. Now, of course, yesterday's daily challenge video was a little bit late, so I did end up using a score booster drink, which gives us an 25% on top of what we have already, and that's good for 24 hours. And as you can see in the top right hand corner, we have 3 hours left of that extra 25%. And then the other 5% came right off the current Season 21 Season Pass, right off page 1. You can claim that by being a Fallout First member, or by paying the 1,500 atoms for the Season Pass, and that's why I have 30%. Okay, good stuff here. Let's take a look. Gain XP 2,500. So many great ways we can complete this daily challenge. You can go ahead, you can build things in your camp, craft things at any workbench, gain some XP that way. You can go around and kill some enemies. That is probably one of the best ways, and go around and enjoy the game. And of course, the higher the level the enemy is, the more XP you're going to get. I usually find thrashers down in the Skyline Valley region. They usually give you quite a bit of XP, so just an FYI there. Now, you can help yourself with this particular daily challenge, as you can use lunch boxes. Let's back out of here. Go to our Pip-Boy. We go under Aid. As we can see, we get some lunch boxes here that we can stack 4 lunch boxes at a time. Let's go ahead and do that. We're just going to do 2 of them here. Now, if you don't have any lunch boxes available to you, and if you're on a public server with other people, you don't even have to join a team. If you go to public events, and there's a lot of higher level players there, a lot of people like to use lunch boxes, and again, as long as you're within the area of them opening lunchbox, you will get the benefit of those lunch boxes. So that's pretty awesome. Now, you can buy your own lunch boxes if you so wish. If you go to the Atomic Shop now, I don't know anyone that does this. I'm just showing you how they are available. Go under Utility. Again, there's some lunch boxes here. Now, sometimes they do go on sale, so keep an eye out for that. And every day, if you go up here to the featured section, down to the special free special offers tab, we do get a free item here every single day. And sometimes that item is a lunchbox, and usually it's a utility item that we get for free. Today just happens to be a free carry rate booster, so let's go ahead and walk that way. But sometimes there are lunchboxes here. Another thing you can do is you can always join a team or create your own team. Top right hand corner right off the map screen, you go social. You can create your own team or join a team. As you can see, most of these would give you bonus XP. Now, if you're just doing this for a daily, weekly challenge, I highly recommend you start events or casual. If you do daily ops, exploration, expeditions, raids, there's an expectation there by those other team members to join in, okay? But if you're here just to get some extra XP, just kind of do your own thing, events and casual is the way to go. So just an FYI. Alright, so we do have that one tracked, and we'll kind of go along and we'll complete that one by the end of the video. So let's take a look at the next one here. Craft or scrap a ranged weapon 5. Okay, so a couple of different ways we can go about and do this. We go around and kill a bunch of enemies. I usually find scorched, super mutants, and mole miners will give us the most junk items, as well as armor and weapons. Now, if you are a returning player to the game, now we just had a big update yesterday, June the 3rd, so there's going to be a lot of returning players, maybe some people who haven't played in over a year. You will remember when you kill enemies, you used to get armor and weapons every single time off of every enemy, it seemed like, okay, except for ghouls, of course. But nowadays, you'll notice that has been decreased by quite a bit, and there's nothing wrong with your game. It's just the way the game is nowadays. So that drop rate for weapons and armor has been significantly reduced, so just to keep an eye out for that. And of course, we can find weapons and all that just kind of laying around. A couple good spots is right down here through Flatwood, just random weapons laying around, usually melee weapons. Real good spot is actually down here in Welsh, and the mall miners here are pretty good because they'll usually have shotguns, missile launchers, and I would say there's at least about 8 to 10 weapons just laying around the town itself, so it is a really good spot. So try the rooftops and around the ground. Usually weapons just kind of hanging out there. There's usually a weapon or two right here, Somerville's docks. And if you come here to Somerville's Dam with the one with the big suspension bridge, there is a shotgun on either side of that bridge. So there's a couple weapons there you can kind of grab. Now for this particular daily challenge, I usually recommend to people to go ahead and craft a couple and then scrap a couple. Okay, so let's go to a weapons workbench here. We're going to go craft. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to craft some pipe guns here. Now these pipe guns you learn right at the very beginning of the game, right at level 1. And as you can see, they do require some material, but every one of those requirements are found through Flatwoods very readily, right? So let's go ahead. We're going to craft 3 of these bad boys here. So we got 3 of 5 right there. Craft a scrap a ranged weapon. And we can back out. We can go ahead and we can scrap those pistols that we just crafted there, just like that. But again, it has to be a ranged weapon. If you try crafting a melee weapon of any type, it's not going to work. It has to be a ranged weapon or machined weapon. So just an FYI there. That's a nice quick way of doing it. All right, and we got a little bit of XP there. Not a whole lot, but just a tiny bit. Take a look at this one here. Scrap junk to produce aluminum 5. So aluminum is a junk item, which we could use the bulk and scrap method at any Tinker's Workbench. We go up to a Tinker's Workbench, you go ahead and go craft. Get down to bulk. Get bulk aluminum right there. So to bulk 1 aluminum, all you need is 10 aluminum scrap and 2 plastic. You go ahead, you bulk your 1 aluminum, and then you scrap it, and it's hands down the fastest, quickest, easiest way to complete this daily challenge. It's more so for the folks that are kind of short on time. And also for the people who like to get things done quick and easy, the bulk and scrap method is definitely where it's at for most junk items here in the game. Now we do have a camp resource available to us once in a while from the Atomic Shop. It's fairly new to us. It's right over here. This is a counterfeit bottle cap press. Now it is in the Atomic Shop rotation. It's obviously not in the shop currently, but again, as you can see, it'll passively collect aluminum scrap and lead scrap while you play the game. Of course, I have a little video on that. You can check that out if you so wish, but camp resources will definitely help you out, especially if you're a person who is short on time. We can find aluminum in many great spots in around the wasteland. I usually find cake pans are a good source of aluminum. So a really good source of cake pans. I come right here to the Overseer's home. Now, if you are a ghoul like myself, you will need a disguise to get into the home. But there's 2 cake pans right in the kitchen. And also when you spawn here, you actually spawn a little bit further down the train tracks here. If you take a look to the west over the other side of the train tracks, you'll see like a smaller blue house. That is the Overseer's childhood home. And there's usually a cake pan right inside that kitchen there as well. You'll find 3 cake pans right up here in Morgantown High School. So as soon as you go inside, you head to the 2nd level in the home economics class there. Or home ec class, I guess you would say. Right on, Jim. There should be 3 cake pans right in that room. Of course, there's going to be a bunch of scorch around, so just kind of keep an eye out for that. And, of course, if to killing scorch, if you go after scorch, they find are a good source of cake pans in general. I'm not saying every scorch will have cake pans on them, but you can have a little bit of fun. It really depends on how much time you have. Right down here in Quarry X3, the main building there. Will have blasting cap boxes, and each blasting cap box will give you quite a bit of aluminum, so that is a really good spot. I actually have a video on this I made about 2 years ago. You can check that out if you so wish. Now again, we can find aluminum cans usually in around the Raider area of Camden Park, and right up here in Helvetia in the blue house right across the street from the yellow house on the main street corner. So FYI there. Now, where we're going to go here today, we're actually going to go do something a little different. We're going to go after ski poles, right? So let's pop in here to Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. And we're going to go after ski poles, and this is something I keep forgetting to do. I think I do have an older video on it, but I'm just going to kind of do something a little different because we've been going after cake pans the last couple times here now. There's going to be some scorched here, so we're going to get some XP here at the same time. That's fine. And we're also killing an enemy in the Savage Divide region, but that's fine. So let's go ahead here. We'll kind of save that one. You can do them at the same time if you so wish. So when you come over here, so you see these ski poles right here. So just when they kind of get all mixed up with everything else here. They really blend in. So another ski pole right there. You really got to kind of look for them. And I usually kind of recommend taking a look at these little racks here. The one right down there, nice. Yeah, as you can see, they're really hard to pick out. Ski pole right there. And I think we got a couple more ski poles up here, but I think we have enough. Let's get that kind of that guy. And we'll take a look at this one here next anyway. Alright, so there just happens to be a workbench right here. We're going to scrap this stuff. So as you can see right there in the middle where the item stats are, each ski pole gives us 2 aluminum. Okay, and this is something a lot of people kind of forget about. Let's go ahead and scrap this up here. And aluminum is one of those resources that we need to, you know, modify and craft and, you know, fix up our weapons and armor. So they're really handy to have. Got some stuff there. There we go. Nice. But again, if you are short on time, the bulk and scrap method at the Tinker's Workbench is the way to do it as well. And while we were here, let's go ahead and we'll finish this one here off. Kill an enemy in the Savage Divide Region 5. Okay, so the Savage Divide region is a fairly large area. Okay, it's pretty easy to kind of pinpoint out. So basically, you see this little edge here, and it goes all the way to the bottom. You can see where we had it, which obviously is part of the Savage Divide region. Just kind of keeps going down here and stops right about the Denton Sons construction, and then goes over here to Johnson's Acre, and then makes its way on this other side where it's bordering the Cranberry Bog and the Mire. And as you can see, it is a huge area. And of course, when it says enemy, everything is on the table. So human, robots, animals, insects, Mirelurks, cryptids, super mutants, mole miners, what have you, scorched, ghouls, everything is on the table that you can find. Even something that may be passive. Again, they're all enemies here in the game. Even if you find old Brahmin here, Brahmin will be checked off the list there as well. So again, as you saw, we completed that no problem right here, the Pleasant Valley Ski Resort. But again, you can kind of go anywhere along here, wherever you feel most comfortable, and just take care of 5 of them. 5 enemies. All right, let's take a look at the next one here. We get a little bit of XP there. That's pretty cool. Cripple a Ghoul's Leg too. All right, so many great spots we can find ghouls at around the wasteland. The very first ghouls you probably come across coming out of the Vault 76 is just west of it, at the upper lower parking lot. Again, all kinds of ghouls there. Probably about 4 to 5 ghouls here at Alpine River Cabins. Eastern Regional Penitentiary. The lower section of Clarksburg, going over to the Clarksburg Shooting Club. Walking around Morgantown, the streets of Morgantown, including the little monorail system. Again, all kinds of ghouls around. I would say every block and a half or 2 blocks, there'll be a patch of 4 to 6 ghouls waiting there for you. Pretty good spot. The level 50 DMV Capitol building, right here in Charleston. Probably about 7 of them down here in around Lewisburg. And of course, anywhere in around the White Springs Golf Club and the Greens. Great spot for ghouls. All right, let's go ahead here. Let's go to Lewisburg here. Set ourselves up for the next one afterwards while we're down there. Now, we're just not killing these ghouls here, Jim. What are we trying to do to them? We are trying to cripple their legs too. So you can go ahead and free aim for the legs if you so wish. And, you know, again, with a small deal like this, we only need 2. So just going to spray at their legs. Eventually, you will cripple them. If you're a person that uses VATS like myself, there's a perk card that will help you out. It'll be under perception here. It's called Concentrated Fire. Allows you to move your VATS around from head, torso, arms, and legs. And with the right weapon, all you need is 1 ghoul, a left leg, and then switch it over to the right leg. It is a real quick way of doing it. Now, as I mentioned with the daily like this, we only need 2, but for where it really shines is if we have a weekly and we have to cripple 30 of these things, that you can have a possibility of getting 2 to 3 cripples per enemy. And that's what I usually kind of recommend, but it's really up to you at the end of the day. If you use VATS or you like going free aim, what do you want to do there? Alright, so let's pop over here. Now, not all weapons are created equal when you are trying to cripple, and you guys have watched me make these videos long enough to know that. Most ballistic weapons, bow and arrow, the crossbow, the drill with a tanky build or a power armor build, shotgun with the enforcer perk card, plasma caster, plasma rifle. But again, you guys have seen me do this long enough. So there's our victim right down there. Go for the right leg. Of course, this particular weapon's a one shot, one kill, so that's fine. We can get it. Oh, there's a Wendigo down there. Nice. Usually there's a couple. Oh, there's our other ghoul there. Can't really get them to where we're at here. Let's keep going. There'll be a couple more ghouls over here. I see something glowing over there. Oh, maybe not. There's our other victim there. There we go. Triple ghouls leg 2 for 2. Done just like that. Pretty awesome. And I usually recommend crippling ghouls' legs anyway, especially if you're brand new to the game. Ghouls can be a little in your face, just what they just want to, you know, take your face right off you. And especially if there's a little group of them. So if you spray at their legs, right, even if you're new to the game, you'll eventually cripple them and then they'll really slow them down, all right? And that way you're able to kind of step back, take a little breather, load your weapon, and just finish them off, all right? This is a little pro tip there. Let's take a look at the next one here. Take a camera picture of a Mirelurk Hunter 1. So it says take a camera picture. We must use the Pro Snap Deluxe camera. If you try going photo mode off the main map screen, it will not work. So only the Pro Snap Deluxe camera. And the Mirelurk Hunter can either be dead or alive. Now, again, a couple great spots to find Mirelurk Hunters that are 100% guaranteed. One spot is up here at Vault 94 inside the vault. Now, this is a high level area, so if you are lower level, I wouldn't really recommend it, okay? Because there's a lot of nasty. I would say there's, geez, 10 to 12 kings up there, a bunch of razor claws, and a bunch of hunters up there. So it's a pretty high level area. So I usually recommend if you are lower level, make your way down here. Your closest free fast travel will be Nuka World on tour once when you discover it, to Lake Reynolds, which is pretty close to where we're at now. So let's pop over to Lake Reynolds here. And again, the Mirelurk Hunter can either be dead or alive. I prefer dead myself. And there's only 4 Mirelurks here in total, so let's go ahead and take care of them, and we'll gain some XP here at the same time. And the Mirelurk Hunter is the one that looks like a lobster, that bad boy right there in the middle of the... Where's he? Oh, he's trying to... Oh, he's a smart boy today, aren't ya? Who's a smart boy? He fell apart there. Alright, now, where's our hunter at? Oh, did he, like... Oh, right there. So here's a piece of the hunter. Wow. Okay. Here's a piece of the hunter right there. Let's grab this stuff off him. Again, Pro Snap Deluxe camera. Let's open up our pet boy here. We'll go under weapons. There's our Pro Snap Deluxe camera. Hopefully this works for us here. So there we go. Just this little bits and pieces of them. And you see the top right hand corner of the screen. You see Mirelurk Hunter. So make sure it says Mirelurk Hunter in the top right hand corner of the screen. See how I move it away? See how it disappears? Again, make sure it has Mirelurk Hunter in the top right hand corner. There we go. Even though it's a bits and pieces of them, it still counts. Take a picture of a Mirelurk Hunter. 1 for 1 done. Now, if you go to the Jim McSteel YouTube channel, probably the first video you come across of how to get a Pro Snap Deluxe camera, it is all time-stamped, and I did it just last year in 2024 with my low-level character. And I recommend hanging on to it. If you drop it by mistake, it will destroy itself, so just an FYI, there are ways you can get it back. Now, the very first time you get the Pro Snap Deluxe camera, you'll be getting a side quest called the Bucket List. Where you go around the wasteland, you take photographs of certain areas. I forget how many there are. Obviously, I haven't never completed it. But once when you complete the bucket list, every broken Pro Snap Deluxe camera you come across, you'll be able to take it to your tinker's workbench and fix it up and get your Pro Snapflex camera back. The second way is if you come down here to the White Springs, you use the front door entrance. I like to call this one right here. There's usually random encounters that happen down here. Now, it could take days, weeks, or even months. That particular random encounter to pop up where you have to take a photo, and they will give you a Pro Snapflex camera, and you get to keep it. So just an FYI there, just in case you guys are wondering. Okay, let's take a look at the next one here, Jimmy boy. Alright, so we will continue on with this one here. Gain XP, but we'll also do this one here. Catch a fish in the Savage Divide region 2. Okay, so again, yesterday, June the 3rd, 2025, we had a brand new update. Now, in order to get a fishing rod, you must complete the side quest called Casting Off. Okay, I actually went through this yesterday's daily challenge, and I actually made a video here this morning, a video on how to complete the Casting Off quest and everything you need to know about fishing. It is all time stamped, and I recommend using the timestamps if you run into any issues. I show you how to get the fishing rod, how to catch fish, just kind of, make it easier for people to kind of understand. And I show you how to create or craft the fish bits and how to craft the grilled fish, etc., etc., etc. So we did quite a bit in that video. It's about 50 minutes long, and you can check that out. But in order to get a fishing rod, you must complete Casting Off quest first before you can even do this particular daily challenge. Okay? Now, of course, Savage Divide region, which we had talked about, basically very similar to this one here where we had to kill an enemy in the Savage Divide region. This time here we're actually trying to catch a fish, so we have to look for a body of water. And again, as they say, if you can swim in it, you can fish in it. All right, so again, it'll stop right here, Denson's Construction, over here to Johnson's Acre. So I don't know of any bodies of water that are in here that comes to mind. So this one here is going to be a little bit more of a struggle. So let's go to a couple spots here. Let's go to the Palace of the Winding Path here, and we will take a look. Now, of course, this daily challenge is a new to us daily challenge for sure, and we have to make sure there's a body of water nearby. All right, let's go this way here. We're gonna go through the Palace of the Winding Path. Now we're just gonna keep it to this side here. I think there might be, oh, there's yeah, can we fish here? So there is water here. Let's check here. Oh, geez, Jim. So it did pop up real quick there, so let's go ahead here. So it is grayed out. Oh, there we go. So you do have to play with it for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So you see how we have drink and collect, and that's something that we always had in the game, but now we have fish in the middle of the game. Now the fishing rod, of course, once when you get it, for completing Casting Off, it's not a weapon, it's nothing you have to select. As long as you come up to a body of water like this, for example, okay? It can be shallow, or it can be deep, but again, if it's deep, you obviously can't be swimming in it because it won't let you fish, obviously. But it'll give you that prompt, all right? So let's go ahead and fish here, and it's automatic, just like that. Now, let's take a look at the bait here. We have 3 different types of bait. We have common, we have improved, and superb, and I go through those different type of baits in that video I made earlier today. You can check that out if you so wish. We're just going to use common here, and let's go ahead and cast. Alright, now what's going to happen is the little bobber is going to be sinking a few times, but you start reeling it in my case it's A button, and that bobber really hits the bottom there, right? And you'll know when that is. You have to wait for that to happen, because if you do it, there we go, so we can start reeling, and there's our little fish finder there. Oh, we missed it. Missed it, Jim. Alright, let's go ahead and cast again. Now, if you do a miss, you don't lose the bait. It's only if you hooked onto the fish and you lost it that way, and or if you actually get a fish, that's how you lose the bait. That. I would say once when the radar pops up, it's probably the hardest go at her. Trying to rotate the little analog stick here on the old control. There we go. Oh, yeah, well, there we go. So he moves around quite a bit. There we go. All right, catch a fish in the Savage Divided region, 1 for 2. Nice. So let's go ahead and inspect that bad boy. We got a Brook Silverside. Awesome possum. All right, let's go cast one last time here. Now for these daily challenges where we just have to catch a fish, okay, I recommend just using the common bait because we can buy the common bait from both the fisherman and Captain Raymond, okay, for about 4 to 5 caps each, okay, so just an FYI, there we go. Move this around. Oh, we almost got it. Oh, there, good stuff. Got him that time. Nice. We have our red belly. Awesome. Let's go ahead and inspect that bad boy. There we go. Catch a fish in the... Nice. Let's take a look here. Catch a fish in the Savage Divided region, 2 for 2. Done. Nice. Awesome. So let's go ahead, gain XP. Let's go ahead and finish this one here off. So we are in the area of a bunch of scorch. So let's go ahead and take care of them. We're going to go right to the main building here. Yeah, lots of fun. Again, getting that analog stick move around. Now, there's some fish that has been really quick that I find, and there is no way I can move that analog stick that quick in order to keep it in that little triangle there. Just saying. Gain XP 2500 for 2500 done. Now you saw this guy here. This was an annihilator. He's, for me, he's usually a level 100, so you see how quickly that went up? Pretty awesome, eh? Alright. Oh, we almost made her, Jim. Oh, well. Alright, and now we are done, just like that, guys. Awesome. So let's head back to our camp here real quick, and we'll take a look at what weapon today. If I could find my camp right over here. This camp is just like a little rental camp here. I kind of move it around, and you know, that just nothing real special. All right, weapon of the day here. Alright, anti-armor poker, night vision, enclave plasma rifle, plus 50% armor penetration, replenish 15 action points with each kill, minus 90% weight. Night vision is anti-armor, initial lightweight, severe beta wave tuner, stabilized sniper barrel, stabilized stock, long night vision scope, and poker paint. 107 damage, 36 fire damage, 76 electrical damage, 79 fire damage for 3 seconds, takes plasma cartridges at single fire. It is probably one of my most favorite weapons that I have here in the game. It is totally awesome. And of course, the Enclave plasma rifle mods, you cannot put on a regular plasma rifle. And the same thing goes if you have the generic plasma rifle, you have the mods for it, you cannot put those mods on an Enclave version, alright? Just an FYI. Now, it's just basic rifleman build, but as everyone knows now, those perk cards has changed since yesterday, June the 3rd. So basically, under Perception, Rifleman has been changed to Downranger, Scoped Up, and Smart Shot, I believe. I haven't really took a whole, I haven't had a whole lot of time, chance to take a look at these perk cards. I will have to switch some around, to be honest with you, but other than that, it's my usual build, because I usually go after Weapon of the Day after each one of these daily, weekly challenge videos, so just an FYI there. But really, that's the only thing that has changed for me, just because that they changed the name of the perk card, right? Legendary perk cards here, these did not change, they stayed the same, and as you can see, I'm very happy with them, and they're all maxed out. Yeah, rock and roll. Yeah, so there you guys go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and share when you have the chance. It really helps me out. I'd like to thank my members, Artistically Arranged, Michael Edwards, Nigel Wiffen, Heather, Whitetribe, Mr. Shelton, Drake Stamps, NotMeButMeYesMeThatsMe, Drew, Andrew Demon, Confoundedbridge, Way Warner, John DJ59, Picquerist, Gwen Trutnau, Tony Watson, J Flow. Thank you all so very much, and I hope you all have a nice day.